Hey, everybody, it's Eddie from Tokyo. This is your cryptocurrency update from Japan. And wow, we are hanging on to some serious green. It is most impressive. The market cap, too, of crypto is now over 440 billion. The Bitcoin dominance is sitting at about 66%, 66.53%. So a little over 33% of all that money flow is going into the altcoins. This is truly remarkable. We have waited so long to see some sustained momentum. The trajectory looks very, very strong. I'm feeling very encouraged that we're going to see a lot of positive price action among many projects. All right, this is an important development video regarding XRP, and it's because there is a new demo phase of a possible incredible new use case for the digital asset XRP, and I'm not exaggerating at all, and it's going to start this month. It could have some serious impact on its utility. Utility is connected to supply, supply is connected to demand, and demand is connected to price. This is all about swap contracts using XRP in the foreign exchange market. That foreign exchange market is 6.5 trillion, according to the Bank of International Settlements, and over half of those transactions are done with swaps. I did learn about this first from XRP Crypto Wolf on November 3rd in the afternoon. And it all comes from this article that the Nikkei wrote. They own the Financial Times. So the fact that they wrote this article has a huge impact in the financial arena. The article was written on the 2nd, and I was very interested, really, to see the follow-up articles, the comments, and the tweets to provide a little bit more depth and scope. And today seems like the perfect day to talk about it. So I need to explain that this solution is really a new solution that's being designed by SBI. It's going to occur here in Japan. So for examples, I want to show you that there is a cash management system, a global cash management system that is in Japan right now, and it's a solution by the largest bank, MUFG. And what they do is they manage the funds for group companies that have to remit a certain amount of money that accumulates, and they accumulate this money in order to reduce the remittance fees when dealing with cross-border payments. So FX Coin is going to demonstrate a way that XRP can avoid this risk of price fluctuations. So a company will buy XRP from SBI, which is the largest outside shareholder of the company Ripple, and they will then make that remittance in the form of a swap contract with FX Coin as the remittance facilitator to demonstrate how it works. This allows the receiving company to avoid any fiat price fluctuation. In the case of cross-border remittances, this is a risk. And if you can know ahead of time the fixed price of what to expect, and especially if you can save 20 to 30%, this is why SBI feels like they have a really awesome solution with the digital asset XRP. The companies can be assured in advance what they will receive. No surprises, right? Reducing that FX risk. And I just want to remind you that SBI is really putting some serious pieces of the puzzle in place. Remember, it was revealed on October 28th that SBI received the approval from the UK authority to acquire 90% of B2C2. They are the largest OTC liquidity provider of XRP. They have electronic trading capabilities that are relied on by institutional market participants globally. They have deep liquidity, greater price discovery, and they make these two-way markets very smooth. This is just part of the ecosystem that's being built out. So yes, they do have an office in Tokyo, and it just happens to be in the same building as SBI. So FX Coin, they provided a press release for this demo on the 4th of November. They announced to the Cryptocurrency Association in Japan. And there is a quote in some of those articles, this one, which was posted on the SBI website, where senior strategist Yasuo Matsuo was quoted as saying, "Until now, active crypto has been used primarily for speculative purposes due to the magnitude of the price movements," right? So to establish the exchange market and expand the use for real demand, we, meaning FX Coin, will proceed with the demonstration experiment of domestic remittances and remittances abroad through the XRP, and finally, global cash management, corporate finance, and trade. This is really big news. And should the demonstration work, which I don't see why it won't work, and should SBI be able to pull those companies into the solution, this is huge. This is just really big news. The SBI site has under their news section that posted link to the coverage of the XRP-based solution, and they posted that on the 5th of November, which was Thursday here in Japan. The Japanese bulletin boards, the Twitter chatter, it's all quite interesting, especially when people talk about who wrote this article. The fact that it's coming from the Nikkei, it holds so much weight. And the expectations to see institutional investor participation is clearly recognized. Remember, Ryan Zagone, the former head of the global institutional markets at Ripple, preached this message for years about how important it is to build the institutional investment participants. It's important for the liquidity, and the liquidity is really the last hurdle that we are seeing that needs to be overcome to roll out that remittance vision of all those corridors using XRP as a bridge currency. And Brianne Madigan, the current VP head of Global Institutional Markets at Ripple, talked at great length to this point in the Blockstars podcast in June with David. This is why this digital asset keeps grabbing my attention. So let's really make a big shift now, okay? Let's go to the fluff. And it's quite a big shift because it was inspired by someone who sent me a question on Twitter that asked what Japanese films should they watch because they were studying cinema. And of course, everybody always recommends the director Kurosawa, whatever he has done. But I think there's one more place to look, and that is actually an actor. I think that if you study the work by Ken Takakura in his many films, you'll see that he really sets the standard of the golden age, especially when it comes to the Yakuza film genre. There is a film that stands out that was released in 1965. It's called Abashiri Prison. It was a huge hit and really the first of the hits to follow in that genre. It's loosely based on a true story of a real-life prisoner who escaped from prison 4 times. He did so with one time making a wire key, and then he also, second time, put some miso soup repeatedly on his handcuffs to cause corrosion, and then made a saw to get out of those cuffs. He also tunneled under the floor with tableware that was provided to him at mealtime. But the most famous escape he made was from Japan's first ever maximum security institution through a window in the ceiling. For almost a century, this prison was in operation in a very harsh region of the northeastern part of Hokkaido, which has severe winters with a chill that comes all the way from Siberia. In 1985, they turned that prison into an open-air museum, and it's a massive site. It takes at least 2 hours to completely see. There's 22 buildings. It's designed after a Belgian prison, which had these 5 wings and the guardhouse located in the center. On YouTube, I found a walkthrough video of this site, which is fascinating. So please put that movie on your bucket list and do take care. Sayonara for now. Bye-bye.